Think of the English language like a giant, beautiful puzzle. Before you can even start filling in all those complicated middle parts, you really need the edge pieces, right? The edge pieces frame the whole thing and give it structure. Well, the present simple tense is exactly that frame. It's literally your ultimate stabilizing tool in English. If you can just master this one thing, you've completely unlocked the foundation of communication. I'm super excited to be your guide through this explainer today. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our lesson plan for today. We're going to cover welcome to the present, when to use it, the sneaky S, going negative, and finally, let's practice. Section 1. Welcome to the present, the most vital English tense. So why do we care so much about this specific tense? Well, because before you can express all your hopes for the future or tell crazy stories from the past, you absolutely need to be able to talk about the grounding reality of right now. The present simple is used to talk about things that are generally true or happen regularly. It's undeniably one of the most common and really the most important verb tenses you're ever going to encounter. If you want to describe your life, your work, or just the world spinning around you, this is the tool you reach for first. Moving right along to Section 2, when to use it. The 3 pillars. Let's be honest, grammar can feel pretty overwhelming sometimes, but grouping rules into logical pillars really helps you mentally compartmentalize everything. So here are your 3 pillars for the present simple: habits and routines, facts and general truths, and permanent situations. By thinking of the tense in just these 3 specific use cases, we completely prevent that dreaded cognitive overload. You don't have to guess when to use it anymore. You just check to see if your thought fits neatly into one of these 3 boxes. Let's look at some examples to make this concrete. Check out our first pillar, habits and routines. I drink coffee every morning. Right, so this is a routine. It's an action performed daily, weekly, or just at regular intervals. Whenever you're describing your morning ritual, your workout schedule, or, how often you call your parents, you are relying entirely on the present simple. And this brilliantly illustrates our second pillar, facts and general truths. The sun rises in the east. Now, this isn't just someone's personal habit, it's a universal fact that is literally always true. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. The earth revolves around the sun. These undeniable, unchangeable facts of the universe are permanently housed right here in the present simple tense. Finally, we reach our third pillar, permanent situations. Take a look. She lives in New York. Now, sure, life obviously changes over time, but a permanent situation means it stays the exact same for a long, extended period. It's not a 2-week vacation, right? It's her established reality. So just lock in those 3 pillars: habits, facts, and permanent situations. Section 3, the sneaky S, the third person singular. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows the main structural complication of our lesson today. But don't worry, once you understand the underlying logic, it becomes incredibly easy to spot. Notice the subjects on the left: I, you, we, and they. For these, we just use the base form of the verb. I walk, they walk. No changes whatsoever. Pretty simple, right? But look at the right side. When we talk about he, she, or it, which in grammar terms we call the third person singular, the verb actually changes. He walks, she walks, it walks. Notice that extra S at the end. It's sneaky, it's small, but I promise you it's absolutely one of the most critical rules in the entire English language. Section 4. Going negative, the reversal. So we've spent the first half of this explainer building up these beautiful, positive sentences. Now, we're going to learn how to confidently dismantle that structure to say what we don't do. Here are the exact mechanics of making a sentence negative. Step 1. We can't just throw the word not into the sentence by itself. It doesn't work that way. We actually need a helping verb. We add do not, which contracts to don't, or does not, which contracts to doesn't. Now, step 2 is where people usually get tripped up. When you use does not for he, she, or it, you absolutely must remove that sneaky S from the main verb. The helping verb is already doing all the heavy lifting, so the main verb just goes right back to its base form. Let's contrast the 2 negative forms so you can really see this in action. On the left, we use don't for I, you, we, and they. I don't like mushrooms. Super straightforward. But on the right, we have a third-person singular subject, he, so we have to use doesn't. Look very closely at the main verb, though. He doesn't play tennis. Notice that it is specifically doesn't play, and no way is it doesn't plays. The helping verb doesn't stole the S, so the main verb is perfectly fine without it. Section 5. Let's practice.
the interactive finale. So the crucial point is, learning grammar rules in theory is great, but actively applying them is what actually builds your skills.
Let's put this to the test. Here's your first question. They blank books on the weekend. You have to choose between read and reads. Take a quick beat. Look at the subject of the sentence. It's the word they. So, which verb form fits? And the correct answer is they read books on the weekend. Because the subject pronoun is they, we absolutely do not need that sneaky S. We just stick with the simple base form of the verb. Great job locking that one in. All right, let's try the second question, focusing on the negative form this time. She blank eat meat. Do we use don't or doesn't? Pay really close attention to the subject here. It's she, which is our third person singular. What's the rule for that again?
Got it? The correct answer is she doesn't eat meat. Because she is third person singular, we need the helping verb that has the S packed right into it, doesn't. And just as a quick reminder, look at the word eat right there. No S at the end of the main verb when we're using doesn't. The helping verb took care of it for us.
Okay, time for our final practice question. The dog blank at the mailman. Should it be bark or barks? Now, the dog isn't explicitly the word he, she, or it, but think about how you should treat that subject in your head. Spot on. The dog barks at the mailman because the dog functions grammatically as an it, a singular third-person subject. We absolutely must apply the third-person singular S rule. I enthusiastically confirm that you are definitely getting the hang of this. So here's a provocation for you to consider. What habits, facts, and permanent situations describe your day-to-day? I challenge you right now as this explainer ends to look at your own life and form 3 sentences using the present simple tense. Tell yourself where you live, state a fact about the room you're currently sitting in, name one routine you do every single day. Taking these structured concepts and mapping them onto your own reality is how you achieve true mastery. Thank you so much for joining me to explore the mechanics of the English language today. Keep practicing, keep an eye out for that sneaky S, and I look forward to learning with you again next time.